Hello dear students, welcome back to my channel. Let's continue with exercise 27b. Okay, so the first question says the sides of a triangle are given by the equations. This is one equation, this is another equation, and this is your third equation. Since we have got three sides in a triangle, so all the three sides have been represented by these three equations. Okay, now question says find graphically, number one, the area of triangle, number two, the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. So let's begin. So we'll take a graph paper first, draw x-axis and y-axis, and the three equations will be taken one by one. So the first equation is this one, right? So this can be written as y equals to 2. Okay, now we know that y equals to 2 is a line parallel to x-axis, which is lying at a distance of 2, right? So this is my 1, this is my 2. Okay, so this is how my line is going to look. This is my y equals to 2. Okay, so this is the line parallel to x-axis, which is lying at a distance of 2. So this represents your y minus 2 equals to 0, that is y equals to 2. Okay, so we have drawn the first line or first side of the triangle. Fine. So the other one is given to be y plus 1 equals to 3 into x minus 2. Okay, now let's simplify this. So when I simplify this, this can be written this much. Okay, now what do I do here? In this case, I'll draw the table, and the table looks somewhat like this. Okay, now the table for this means the table for this. Okay, so put x equals to 1, so you'll get 3 into 1, that is 3 minus 7. So 3 minus 7 is minus 4. The value of y is going to be minus 4. Similarly, you check the value for 2. When x is 2, y is going to be minus 1. When x is 3, the value of y is going to be 2. Okay, so let us plot these points, that is 1 minus 4, 2 minus 1, 3 comma 2. So these are the points. So this is my 1 comma minus 4, this is my 2 comma minus 1, and this is my 3 comma 2. Okay, and what do? I'll join them, and the line which I get is nothing but this line. Yes, so this is the line. Okay, now let's go to the last line, that is x plus 2y equals to 0. So x plus 2y equals to 0 can be written as x equals to minus 2y. So we will make this table. So table for this is given by this one. So let's plot the points, that is minus 4 comma 2, 4 comma minus 2, minus 6 comma 3. So these three are the points, and let us join them. Okay, so this blue line represents your x plus 2y equals to 0. Now if you see here carefully, there's a triangle being formed using these three straight lines. Okay, now let me name the points. Okay, so the point of intersection of this is A. Okay, and if you count here till here is minus 4, and from here to here is 2. So that's why the coordinate is minus 4 comma 2. Let me call this to be B, whose coordinate is 3 comma 2, and let me call this to be C, and whose coordinate is 2 comma minus 1. So basically ABC triangle is formed, and the coordinates are also founded. So we have already finished our second part. Okay, now to find area of the triangle, what we can do is we can use Heron's formula. Heron's formula is square root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. Okay, where s means semi-perimeter, a means a, b and c means three sides. Okay, so basically to find three sides, length of three sides, we need to make use of distance formula. Okay, so we'll avoid those cases for now. Okay, so we will not do Heron's formula. Instead, we'll go for half into base into height. Okay, now from here to here, this is acting like my height. Yes, so we can count the height of this one. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 from here. Okay, so how many boxes are there? 1, 2 and 3. So that means what is the height of the triangle? It is 3. And if this is my height, then this is going to be my base. Okay, so as I said, this will give me the height. Okay, and let me call this point to be D. Okay, so the area of triangle ABC is given by half into AB is base and CD, that is CD is my height. Okay, half into base into height. Now let's see what is AB. AB is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So till here is 7 boxes. Okay, so AB is going to be 7 and CD, as I said earlier, it's going to be 3. So 7 into 3, which is 21 by 2, which is 10.5 square units. So we have found the area of the triangle and we already know the coordinates as well. So you may pause the video to note down. Okay, let's move on to next question. So by drawing a graph for each of the 3 equations, again the 3 equations have been given, we need to show that the lines pass through the same point. Okay, so if the 3 lines passes through a same point, then the lines are said to be concurrent. Okay, and here this is that you have to take 2 centimeter equals to 1 unit on the both axes. I hope you are familiar with this kind of scale. If you are not familiar with this kind of scale, then I'll send you or I'll give you one link in the description, so please have a look at that video as well to understand this part. Okay, so let me keep my graph paper ready. So basically, if you want to count this as 1, okay, and this is 2, if you want to count this as 1, then you have to have from here to here, from here to here, it has to be 2 centimeter. That's what the question is saying. Okay, so first measure your 2 centimeter in your graph paper and count it as 1 unit. That's what the second part or this part is saying. Okay, so let's go back to our 3 equations. So the first equation is given to be this much and this can be reduced into this format. So make the table. So table looks somewhat like this. So we have got these points, so we'll plot them. Okay, so these are the 3 points, so we will join them. So this is the line 3x plus y plus 5 equals to 0. Fine. So let's go to the another line, that is this one. So this can be reduced in this way. So the table is given by this one. So again, plot the points, that is 1 comma 2, 7 comma 4, minus 2 comma 1. So these are the 3 points, join them. Okay, so after joining, this will be the line 3y minus x equals to 5, and the last one is 2x plus 5y equals to 1. Okay, so this can be reduced into this way and form the table. So plot the points 3 minus 1 minus 7 3 minus 2 comma 1. So these are the 3 points and join them. Okay, so this line, that is green line, represents the last equation. Now if you see from the graph, it is clearly seen that all the 3 lines are passing through the same point, that is this point. Yes, so that's why they pass through the same point, so that's why the lines are concurrent. Is that clear? So you may pause the video to note down. So mark this as your homework. So read your question and try this by yourself. Let's go to the other one. Okay, so let's be a bit attentive here, because this is going to be very, very useful, because in real life we make use of straight lines and graphical solution of straight line, especially for this kind of problems. So what here the question is saying is, the cost of manufacturing X articles is rupees 50 plus 3x. Okay, so you are manufacturing X articles, some articles you are making and you don't know the exact number, so that's why you are calling it to be X. Okay, and the cost of manufacturing that much is this much. Okay, now this is actually what? This is your cost price, right? This is your cost price, and after manufacturing, what do? You will sell it. Okay, and the selling price of X articles, that means how much ever articles you are making, you are selling them at rupees 4x. Okay, now on the graph paper with the same axis, taking the suitable X scales, draw 2 graphs for the first for the cost of manufacturing against the number of articles. So basically what the question is saying is, here they have not mentioned anything about Y. Okay, so you have to consider 2 cases. In one case, your cost price is going to be your Y. Okay, and in another case, your selling price is going to be Y. How? Let's see this. So given the cost price is this much, right? So this is your cost price, and if I take this to be y, cost price to be y, then this is nothing but y equals to 50 plus 3x. Hope this thing is clear. If I take cost price to be y, then y will be equals to 50 plus 3x. Okay, and if I make the table, then I'll get this much. So x and CP, that is cost price, is y. So if I put x equals to 0, then 3 into 0 is 0, 0 plus 50 is 50. Okay, so the value of cost price will be 50. If the value of x is 10, then it will be 3 into 10, that is 30 plus 50, that is 8. Okay, similarly, various values for x has been put in order to get different cost price. Is that clear? So you may have a look at them. Now similarly, we have selling price given to be 4x. Okay, now if I take selling price to be y, then this is nothing but y equals to 4x. Now we'll write table for y equals to 4x, that is x equals to this much, okay, and y, that is, okay, so whatever values I have taken here for x, the same values I am taking here as well. Fine. So SP is acting like y for me. So whenever x is 0, so 4 into 0 is also 0. So next is 10. So when x is 10, then 4 into 10 is 40. When x is 20, then 4 into 20 is 80. Okay, so this is how the table is made. Okay, now make sure that you note this first, because we don't have space. We'll go to the next page. Okay, so we have got two tables ready with us, and I have kept my graph also ready. Now this time we are going to count this one box as 5. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's how it is going, and the maximum value for x is 60. So I have written only till 60. So this is my 60 here. Is that clear? Okay, now let's plot this first. Okay, now here the maximum value is 240, here it is 230, so till 240 only I have plotted. Okay, so I have taught you this kind of plotting in your histogram from class 8 statistic. Fine, so the maximum is 240, so 240 is plotted at the maximum height. Okay, and this represents your number of articles. X means number of articles, so all these are your number of articles. Or you can write here, instead of x, you can write here number of articles also. Okay, this way you are plotting number of articles, and here you are plotting what? All these are price, right? So you cannot say this is cost price, selling price, just write price here. Fine. Okay, now this is your starting, that is origin, so you count it as 0. Now let us plot the values. Now let me plot the first one, that is this one. So 0, 0 is lying over here. So 10, 40. So 10, 40 is here. So this is 10 till here is 40. So 10, 40. Next is 20, 80. Right. So next is 30, 120. Right. Similarly, plot all these points till 60. Okay. So whenever x is 60, what is the value of y? Y is going to be 240. So this is 240. Fine. Now, after that, what will I do? I will join it, and this is your diagram for your selling price. Okay, so this is how your selling price is varying. Fine, so this is real life problem, so have a look at this properly. Now let's go to the other case. So whenever x is 0, my cost price is going to be 50. So when x is 0, then my cost price is going to be 50. Now if you see here carefully, in between 40 and 80, what is lying? It has to be 60. Right, in between 60 and 40, I will get 50. So 50 will lie somewhere over here. Okay, let me repeat once again. So here one box is equivalent to 20. So here is 20, 40, 60, 80, right? So this is how it is varying. Now, if one box is representing 20, then the half of the box is representing 10, right? So that's why if this is my 40, then this will be my 50. So 0, 50 will be somewhere over here. Okay, similarly, let's go to other one, that is 10, 40. So whenever it is 10, it has to be 40. I'm sorry, this one. So whenever it is 10, my cost price has to be 80. So whenever it is 10, my cost price has to be 80. Okay, whenever it is 20, x is 20, it has to be 110. So 120 is here, so subtract it by 10. That means it will be somewhere over here, 110. Okay, so it will be lying somewhere over here. So 20, 110. Similarly, next is 30, 140. Okay, so in between 120 and 160 is 140. Similarly, you have next, that is whenever x is 40, then it is 170. So 160 is here, so 170 will be here. Okay, so 170 is here. Similarly, we have other one, that is 50, 200. So 50, 200 is lying here. Next is 60, 230. 60, 230. So just below 240. Here it is 230. So that's why this is my 230. Let us join them, and this gives me your cost price. Okay, so this is your straight line for your cost price. Now the first question was saying, let me go back to the earlier one. So the first question was saying, determine number of articles to be manufactured and sold. So you have to determine the number of articles which are to be manufactured and to be sold in order to have break even. That means there is no profit, there is no loss. So basically, you have whatever money you are spending for manufacturing, same amount you are spending. Okay, so that there is no profit, there is no loss. So basically, cost price and selling price both are equal here. Okay, so if we go to the graph, what is happening? So both cost price and selling price are equal only at this case, right? Yes, that means the point of intersection of the two straight line is showing me the break-even point, okay, where we are not having any profit or loss. Okay, so the first answer is the number of articles to be manufactured and sold are how much? 50. Yes, because at 50, or at the point of intersection here is 50 comma 200. This much is 50, from here to here is 50, and from here to here is 200. So 50 comma 200 represents your point of intersection, and here 50, that is this one, represents your number of articles. So that's why number of articles to be manufactured and sold are 50 when there is no profit or loss, and this time both selling price and cost price is going to be 200. Okay, so this is my first part. Now in the second question, they have asked us to, let's go back. So in the second question, they have asked, find the profit or loss made when 30 and 60 articles are manufactured and sold. So whenever it is 30 and 60, let's see what is happening. Okay, now let's go to 30. So during 30, what is my SP? SP is how much? SP is given to be 120. Okay, so this height represents your SP, and your CP is how much? In between 120 and 160, what is lying? It is 140, right? So this is 140. So basically, cost price is more than selling price here, right? So that's why there is going to be loss. Okay, so there's going to be loss, and loss is going to be cost price minus selling price. So cost price was 140, this height is 140, and selling price is this much from here to here, that is 120. So cost price minus selling price is 20. Okay, so we are done with the first one. In the second one, number of articles is given to be 60. So whenever it is 60, we see that blue line is lying in the upper position, so that's why selling price is more. Okay, and how much is selling price? Selling price is 240. Okay, so or you can have a look at your table also. So whenever x is 60, my selling price is 240, and whenever x is 60, my cost price is 230. So selling price is more than cost price, so that's why there is a profit, and the profit is equals to how much? Rupees 10. So you may pause the video to note down. Let's have a look at second question. So use graphical method to find the value of x, for which the expressions, this one and this one, so both are said to be equal. Okay, now let me call this to be y. Okay, so if you have y equals to this much, will you be able to draw the table for this? Yeah, definitely. So table looks somewhat like this. So let us plot. Okay, so let us go to another one as well. So since both are equal and I'm taking this to be y, then obviously this also has to be y. Yes, because they are equal, so that's why y will be equals to this also. Okay, if y is equals to this much, that is this, then y will be equals to this also. Okay, so similarly we'll draw the table for this. Now let us plot the points here. Okay, so this represents this one. Okay, so this is your this one. Fine. So second line is this one. Okay, so let's find the point of intersection. Okay, so point of intersection gives me the solution, right? That means -4 is the value for x and -5 is the value for y. Okay, but they are asking us to find the value of x. So therefore, the value of x is going to be -4. So pause the video to note down. Okay, now this question is also easy. Only thing is they are trying to make it complicated. The course of an enemy submarine as plotted on a rectangular coordinate axis means take a graph paper. That's all is the meaning of rectangular coordinate system. Okay, so gives the equation 2x plus 4y equals 2x plus 3y equals to 4. So we know that this is a straight line, yes, and this is a straight line, and if you draw the graph you will get a line like this. Okay, so whichever line you get, through that line what is happening? A submarine is traveling. Okay, now on the same graph paper there is another destroyer's course indicated by x minus y equals to 7. So this also represents another line. Suppose if this was your first line and if this is your second line, okay, so this is your destroyer's path and this is your submarine path. According to question, use graphical method to find the point at which the paths of the submarine and destroyer are going to intersect. So basically you will take this line, you will take this line, you will draw the graph of this, you will draw the graph of this, you will find the point of intersection. That's what the question is asking. Okay, so I'll give you the hint, so you may pause the video to note down the hint and complete the sum by yourself. So with this we close our first exercise on this particular chapter. Thank you very much.